So last week we went through how to find a market, how to find a potential product to do, and then how to come up with the um, functional statement and the requirements document to have the AI actually develop the tool. And today we're going to look at where that went to. So we started off with, we decided we're going to clone Outgrow. And normally, if you were there, you saw that Data Button would normally give you the first 5, what we call MYAs. Don't ask me what that stands for. But the first 5 MYAs. And then if you want to add features beyond that, you add the additional stuff in. And we showed you in another video how to add those in. And we put that other video, I don't know if you saw this or not, Ron, but we put it into the membership. Okay.
I have not. No.
Okay. So both videos are there in the membership. I had Sheena add them. All right. So let's take a look at what we've got. I was looking for a domain name, and domain names are not easy to find, right? But I wanted something that I could use, and I went to the AI, and what I finally settled on was Interactify. And so right now I'm signed in as an admin, but I'm going to show you how this thing works and what it looks like from the outside. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and deploy it. And something I learned, previous deployment failed with errors. Well, let's see if we can deploy this app, see if we get errors. I didn't notice this before. It's actually a good thing when it tells you that. Okay, it says deployment started. Let's see if it pulls it off. So anyway, I learned something else along the way. You're better off going with, as a register, if you're going to put up SaaSes, you're better off going with Namecheap than you are GoDaddy. All right. And it's because of how their DNS works. So I went with GoDaddy on this. Won't make that mistake again. So you see what my URL is here, where it says app.interactify.org.
All I see is nothing but pictures of you.
I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and share my screen. This is a common mistake for me. Where is my screen sharing button? Oh, let's get back over to here. Well, come on. Where's my screen sharing button? Here we go. Presentation is starting. All right. Thanks for pointing that out, Ron. I could have gone on for 45 minutes and not known it.
Okay.
Okay, so here is where we've told it to deploy, and it says it's deploying, and we're waiting for it to deploy. And then it will be available at this URL, this app.interactify.org. Now, if I had done this with Namecheap, I could have just gone to interactify.org. Okay. Will this give me some other advantage? I'm not sure yet. Well, it tells me that this deployed successfully, so I'm going to go over to it. And here's what the application looks like. So let me minimize this up here so it's not in your way.
Was this landing page created by Data Button?
Everything was created by Data Button. I did not write one single line of code.
Gotcha.
All right. So this acts like I am already logged in. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, now it's going to ask me to log in. That's all right. I'm going to show you what a normal user sees, because if you see what I see as the admin, it looks a little cramped. So I'm going to show you what a normal user would see.
Okay.
Is this user here? Okay. All right. So this is asking for an API key, which I'm not going to give it because I would have to expose it, right? But I've got this set up to use OpenAI and OpenRouter. And whatever one you choose, this will accept the key for it. So that's a new user. Let me log them out. And I'll go in with mine, and you get a little more of the experience. Let's see. Oh, it's going to ask me for these anyway.
You could make a temporary one, delete it later, I suppose, but you'd have to do all that.
I can, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to shut down the recording of the video.
Are you you're recording this.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to shut down. No, I was going to say I was going to shut down the screen share, but I am recording. And
I was going to
so
say,
that's
I
not
can turn my head while you did that.
no, yeah, but it's recording it. Yeah. Okay, so let's try this another way. I'm going to go here
You got
to
the Windows, what do they call that? The mirror, infinite mirror effect.
right. All right, let's log in from here.
What was it?
This is in the development environment, but I think I already have my keys in here, right? You won't see this one that says user management, but you'll see the rest of it. So if I come down here to my experiences, and I'm waiting here just a moment, in the development environment, everything runs
slower.
a bit slower, yes. Okay, so here's where we come in and we create new experiences. And so the kinds of experiences that I have in here right now are,
And you name that new experience, right?
yes. So you put a title for it,
Okay.
right? And so right now I'm doing quizzes, a calculator, surveys, assessment. There's one that's not here. Okay, there's one that's not showing. And so I'm going to come over here and we're going to put a fix on this. We're going to tell it to fix it, see how that works. So I'm going to tell it, let's mark MYA 67 as complete. I don't know that it is.
What is MYA 67?
This one had something to do with user management, which I don't want to fool with right now. And if you have multiple tasks open at the same time, sometimes it gets confused. The tasks are over here in this plan. I'm going to click on the plan key over here and just show you. See, here's 66 and 67 are both open. Build a user management dashboard and build a user system for admin access.
Did you assign that number?
No, it assigned it. It assigned it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And then if I were to scroll down here a bit, you would see all the work that went into it. This is stuff that's left to do. I haven't set up the billing with Stripe and PayPal, but these are all the things that are already done. All this stuff that's green.
And when you create a new task, it assigns that MVA number to it.
MYA, yes.
MYA.
So So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that now because I'm not seeing polls in that list, right? So I'm going to ask the question, what was the word it used for it?
What's that?
Well, how did it describe the content types? Okay, so I'm going to ask, what types of experiences are available?
Now, experiences, how does it know what you mean by experience?
It came up with that term actually.
Oh, I
The
see.
experience has to do with, is it a survey? Is it, any
Okay.
number of things. So here it is. It says quizzes, calculators, surveys, assessment. Okay. I've seen the structure for chatbot, but I haven't done any work in making that happen. I did
Mhm.
the recommender already. And it's telling me, in addition to these, the platform also supports creating polls and giveaway contents, which I've done. Okay.
Mhm.
So now I'm going to ask the question, which of these are complete?
Could you add another one in there if you had an idea?
Absolutely.
Does this thing have internet access to the live?
This is all on the internet now.
No, I mean when you ask it questions, can it research on the internet?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I asked the question based on the development work we've done. I can confirm the following. The foundational experience types are all implemented. Okay.
Mhm.
And it says giveaways and contests completed in this task, completed in this task. These are done. I didn't do a chatbot, so I don't think that's correct. All right. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to ask this to create a new experience here and see if this has everything up to date. It doesn't.
So
So,
when you're working on a task, you can tell it to change this and add that.
oh,
Like,
absolutely. And I'm about to. Okay.
okay, yeah.
Um, in the two places where we create a new experience, I only show 4 options. Please create a task to fix this. All right, so this is how a task is made. It gives it a title, or you can write these out yourself. I have it write it. Update, create new experience UI to show all available experience types. Description. Currently, the user interface for creating a new experience only displays 4 options, which is inconsistent with the full range of available experience types: quiz, calculator, survey, assistant, chatbot, recommender, polls, and giveaways. This task involves identifying the 2 UI components responsible for showing the create new experience option and updating them to correctly display all available types. Definition of done, and it says what that is, and it's going to go through and it'll check these off. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say create task. And then we're going to go through a little bit of redundancy here when it says, would you like me to assign myself and start work? Yeah, would you like to start working on this? And here it's only going to ask me this one time. Until I press a button, it seems like it wants to keep making sure.
NBA 68 is a new task it just created.
Yes, MYA. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm a ways from the screen. Is there any way to get rid of I've got it full screen except for there's the right hand side of my screen showing the users. Can I stretch this screen over the top of the users? In other words, your screen there is only 3/4 of my screen.
Let me see. There's something here where I
already stretched it out a ways, but it doesn't seem like I can stretch it farther.
Yeah. Well, I would have liked, since we're developing, we don't have a lot of options anyway, right? But there is something here.
It's my first time on
that
Google
allows
Meet.
me to close it. Here we go. Does that help at all?
It screen changed. What I'm talking about is my whole screen all the way to the right. I'm seeing the users, myself, you, and Claudette.
Oh. Let me, is that better?
No, I still see users.
You know what? It did. Well, I didn't turn it off. I wonder why you're seeing that, because I'm not seeing that on my screen.
I got a people thing icon at the bottom. Maybe see if I click on that. No, it didn't prove anything. This is my first time on Google Meet, so.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you were getting something on the side over there. All right, getting back to this. So it's going through and it's creating that code, making the change. It says,
To add all the available experiences in the list.
Right.
So when the user just tries to decide which,
Okay. So now it wants me to confirm that it's actually done this right. So I'm going to come over here to the create new. Just turn into the little hand. And look at that.
Yes, I see them in there now.
Okay. There are some of these that I hadn't even thought of, and they weren't in Outgrow to begin with. But like as an example, the recommender, you can set this up where you ask somebody a series of questions and it recommends a product.
Jeez.
Okay. Now let me give you a real world example for that. A guy I know that made the most successful conversion landing page I've seen was selling wrinkle cream.
Yeah.
And I believe that the reason it was the most successful is because there are like 7 main ingredients in wrinkle cream. And what he did was he explained what each of those were, so you didn't have to go anywhere to find out, right? And then he talked about what product was good for what type of skin. And then it was, you wanted to find the product that had the most of those ingredients for the type of skin you had.
Okay.
And his conversions were through the roof. So he'd have 3 products at the bottom of the page, and they were all CPA offers. And the 3 CPA offers, they would all argue about, oh, I want mine to be in the center. I want mine to be in the center. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how he handled it. Now here you have a situation where you could say, put in this information, ask a series of questions, and then send them to the appropriate product.
So how does it find these products?
Oh, you have to tell it. You have to
I
tell
see.
it. You
Okay.
give it the whole thing, but this is what's built into it, right? So just like giveaways are built in, I don't recall doing the code for giveaways. I've seen the tables for chatbots, but I haven't done that. We did quizzes. The calculator's always been there. I'm not sure what comes up on that. The surveys are there, did that. The assessment is there, did that. Poll is there, did that. But I'm not, and the recommender, but I'm not sure about the giveaway and the chatbot. And I'm not sure what the calculator does. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell this that worked. Notice I'm not using any really specific language. And now it wants me to mark it as done.
Okay.
There we go. MYA68 is done. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to do a test. I don't know how this.
I know what MYA stands for.
What does it stand for?
Move your ass.
Could be.
I'm sorry. Solar calculator.
Yeah, if I could spell it right. Okay. I have no idea how this works. So I just put that label in there. And I'm going to come up and choose calculator.
That's the type of, okay.
And I'm going to see what it does. What are the inputs going to be?
So
and we may not have anything for inputs yet. Let's see. Pardon me?
It could go out and find out what a solar calculator estimator.
No, I suspect I have to give it more than that. But right now, I want to see what calculator does, period. Oh, here we go.
Calculator builder.
Yeah. So what you do is you put your inputs in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then put the formula for your inputs. That's how you would create a solar calculator. And then you would turn around and save and publish it.
Gotcha.
So the calculator builder is actually already there, and I didn't do any work on this at all. Isn't this amazing? Okay, I'm going to back out of this. And let's take another new experience that I don't think we've done. I didn't think we'd done that one. Okay, giveaway. And I'm just going to call this my giveaway. We'll get into something serious here in a moment when we go to the chatbot, because remember what you and I paid to be able to do a chatbot. Error occurred while creating the experience. Okay. So I'm going to ask the question. I just got an error in creating a giveaway. Have we done the code for this yet.
And why would you ask that question?
Because I don't know if we coded it. There may be some things in the back end, but is it done? Okay, look at this. It says that's not good. It's likely that while I enabled the option to create blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now it's saying I propose creating the following task.
And that's to fix the error.
Well, that's to create this piece that's completely missing.
Oh. Can you imagine coders having to go through this manually trying to?
I don't have to imagine it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you've done
Because
coding.
I did it for years.
What a nightmare.
Well, not only that, but sometimes you come across a bug, and I've literally sat there for 3 days
Oh.
trying to fix a bug. And I remember Microsoft used to have a deal where you could call their support desk, and for $35 they would answer one question. Now I want you to picture this. This is in the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the early 90s, and $35 was obviously a lot more then than it is now.
Sure.
So
One question.
out of stubbornness, I didn't want to spend the $35.
I don't blame
You
you.
had to get down to a question. You had to agree on what the question was before they would answer it, and take your $35. So
Wow.
after 3 days of fighting with this, I said I'm spending the $35 right now. It's just gotten ridiculous. And I went to Microsoft, and they said, "Oh, that's a known bug. We're not going to charge you for that."
You spent 3 days and you could have got it done for nothing.
And I could have got it for nothing, but you never know that in advance, right? You never know it's going to take you 3 days.
I bet your question had a lot of words in it.
Well, it was detailed about this is what should be happening. Everything I know about programming is telling me this is what should be happening, but it's not. Why?
No, it was a Windows application, obviously.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says I've documented the fix. Please go ahead and test creating those experience types. All right.
Does this code in different languages, or is it just one language? Do you know?
Well, you can I have an application that's in Chinese. Okay. The code itself is in English, but you can make the interface be whatever. I have another application that's in Thai. And then I have some applications.
No, what I meant was the underlying code that this is running.
Code is always in English.
Well, I mean, what is it? C++? Is it?
Well, it's multiple. For the back end, the database is being handled by Python. And on the front end, it's JavaScript and React.
Okay, I've heard both of those. I know Amazon was originally coded in Python, wasn't it?
Probably
Amazon
still is. Okay, so I had this my giveaway. I never went away from this. I'm going to try to create it again.
So you could, when you're done with this, you could like take an embed code and put this on a website or something, or build a
yes,
or it builds a page for.
Yeah, it gives you embed codes, etc.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so The giveaway experience page goes to
That's a live preview window that we're looking at, right?
well, this is what it's supposedly supposed to look like.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to show you a I'm going to
What's
show
the
you a
little
little
chat
quick.
I'm seeing a chat bubble, yellow chat bubble at the bottom left. What is
That's
that?
helped directly from Data Button.
Okay.
This is another thing that I like about this. The giveaway experience page goes to something that looks like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the Windows print screen, and I've just taken a picture of the page. I'm going to go to this paperclip down here. Let's go up to the attach image.
Send it a screenshot.
And I'm going to send it a screenshot.
You took the whole screen, including the.
I did.
It knows the difference, I guess.
Oh, yes. And I said, what is missing?
So ever get smart, come back with like, you tell me. No?
No, but I've got outright rude with it. You know, you've effed. I'm gonna, because Claudette's on
Including
the line, I'm
profanity?
gonna be nice here, but I've told her, you have effed this up so bad, I'm rolling it back.
Wow.
Okay. You've correctly identified the next missing piece. While we fix the creation of the giveaway experience, we haven't built a dedicated builder page for managing it yet. Right now, the app is forwarding you to a generic blank builder page. I'll create a new task. Yeah. Does that sound good? Yeah, it sounds good because I need it. Come on, people. Do you want to create this task? Okay, so here's all the things that it's going to do.
Do other
Create a new.
builders, I'm sorry, like Data Button, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Like Lovable and all that sort of thing, do they Replit, let's say, I don't know what I'm talking about, work like this?
Replit works like this, right? The others have more limitations.
Mm-hmm.
But the big difference is of all of them, Data Button is the only one with an unlimited plan.
Oh, I see. They count the tasks or whatever.
Well,
That
they
you,
have what they call tokens, right?
yeah.
And I'll just show you. See, the tokens normally, let me come up here. Tokens start at 48 cents a credit, but if you've got a subscription, that goes down to 20 cents a credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
This renewed on the 28th. And so far, I have used 4,382 tokens. Last month, I used 7,000, which would be $1,400 in tokens.
Wow, you've been a busy bee.
Yeah, well, they actually contacted me about it. They put a limitation on me. You see how I'm using Gemini 2.5 Pro?
I was going to ask you about that. That I know that codes is that I thought like Claude was a better coder. Or
Well,
why?
for interfaces, Claude is a better coder, right? But Claude is 50% more expensive on the output. Like this is $10 a million tokens, right?
Are you
And
using
Claude
your
is,
key? You're using your keys for this?
no, I'm not. Okay. Claude is $15 for a million tokens,
Mm-hmm.
and Gemini is $10 for a million tokens. So it costs them 50% more on the output. On the input side, Claude is about 140% more. So if they didn't put some kind of limitation on it, it could put them out of business because of guys like me, right?
So is this, yeah, is this their suggestion to go to this model or yours?
This is actually their demand that
Ooh,
there are three models that are available: GPT-5, Claude 4 Sonnet, and Gemini 2.5. And they say I can only use Claude. This just happened in the last 10 days. I can only use Claude for my first 1,500 credits.
ah,
Okay.
yeah.
But I don't blame them. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
they've got to stay in business, and I can
Business,
tell
yeah.
you that they're subsidizing me. I got a very special deal on my pricing. Okay.
Yeah, right.
And figure that I used $1,000 more credits than what I bought.
So they're losing money on you.
Yes. And I told him, I said, I don't expect that to go on forever. I mean, I've got so many
Yeah,
applications that are being worked on at the same time now. I'd be happy to be working on one, but we run
yeah,
into things and it requires a lot of fixing and.
yeah. And it's going to slow down once I get a catalog here of apps, right?
Yes. Catalog of apps making me good money.
Right.
Okay. So this right here, it's asking me would I like it to begin work on this. This is what I mean. See how silly? Yes. And now it's probably going to come back with a button.
You tell it to center that create new orange button there.
I'm going to tell it to expand it out.
Okay.
It was a big button that was centered and something happened and a change was made and it
Hmm.
moved it like that.
Okay.
So little fights like that, I'll wait until they don't mean anything.
Looks like Claudette left.
Did she?
Yeah, I don't see her anymore.
She's a nice lady, been a customer of mine a long time.
Okay.
Being recorded, so I don't want to say too much, but um, if the doctors were right, she'd have been gone about 18 years ago.
Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
Thank goodness they were not right.
Yep. Pretty incompetent, actually. I was, I had a blood clot, and initially they gave me warfarin. The
Oh,
problem
yeah,
is
that's nasty.
everybody I talked to, see, they told me, it says you'll be on this for a year. Everybody I talked to who had taken that ended up being on it for the rest of their life, right?
Sure.
Anyway, I had a good doctor, and she recommended something called a Pixaban. She says you can be off of this in 4 months, and I was. And I spoke to Claudette, who was taking warfarin, and I said, ask your doctor about a Pixaban. And she goes in and she asks her doctor about it, and the doctor says, I'm so glad you asked me about that. And she's saying, how come the doctor didn't make this recommendation?
Right.
Why did she have to come up with it?
Yeah, and if she hadn't, she would have still been on the warfarin, right?
Okay, yes. Now take a look at this. The giveaway experience is now fully integrated. Could you please test the flow? Before it told us this is a very involved thing to do, right? And now
Mhm.
it's telling us that it's fully integrated. So we're just going to do a very basic test here.
I'm surprised Eddie's not on this call with us.
Well,
Is he not?
he sent me a number of messages while this has been going on.
Is he not interested in creating apps?
I have probably not. Okay, so I have this error message now.
Uh-huh.
And the reason for doing these live things is so that you can see exactly how I handle this.
Right.
This is a very technical problem. The solution to it is tough. You saw how I highlighted all of that,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to paste it. Send it off. There we go. That's the extent of the technical expertise that I'm expending on this.
So it doesn't see the screen. You have to paste it in there.
Well, there's another way it can happen too. Down here, and I've left this closed during our discussion, but down here, it will have logs sometimes that have the same errors or additional errors.
Mm-hmm.
And if they show up down here, then rather than pasting it in, I can just go hit this wrench and it sends the logs
Oh, I got you. Okay.
and it'll go and fix it.
Cool.
Okay, so this says, you're absolutely right to point that out. My apologies, blah, blah, blah. Based on the error message mentioning keys, title, description, the problem is almost certainly with how I'm calling the toast notification. All right, well, I don't care what most of that says. Please try creating a giveaway again. All right. So I'm going to hit create new. Call it another giveaway. Oh, well, it didn't fix it.
So normally in most plans, every time you did something like this, it's considered a token and
I don't know exactly how a token is measured, but yes. One day I was working when I first got into Data Button, and it's better now than it was then. But I had an error message, and it had before it was an error, it was an idea it had for an improvement on the app. And I said, "Oh, that sounds cool. Go ahead and do it." And it ran into an error. I was paying $200 for 1,000 credits,
mm-hmm.
and it burned through 300 credits solving that error
Jesus.
because it
Wow.
wasn't getting it. I kept having to go back at it, right? And
Wow.
I can just imagine how that would piss users off to no end.
Yeah, man.
So what I see the advantage here is that when I do one of these and I'm putting it out to, let's say that there were, let's say there were members that were here last week that said, I want to work on this, right? So they shared in the labor. And let's say there were 5 of them. Well, I'm going to take it so far. I'm going to get it essentially bug free so far. And then it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be up to them how much further they go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of those things for basic functionality will be there without the errors, without them of having to have had spent any credits to get to that point.
So I've heard this term. I've been going through these coding videos that people are doing, and there's this term called production ready. Okay.
Right.
Does that mean all the bugs have been squashed that they can find? And
Yeah, it's ready. It's ready for a customer to use.
okay.
That's what that means. Okay. I'm going to come back over here to this because we still haven't seen.
Ugh.
Are you getting bored?
No, man. I just I played tennis today, and it's just it takes a lot out of you.
Okay, so did it see that as a duplicate name? It doesn't say that. Let's see what this says down here. You see this red?
By your cursor?
Yes.
Yeah. What is that?
All right. Well, this is an error message where it failed to create the experience at all, right? I could come over here and I could tell this to read the logs. I could copy something out of it, or I could just come over here and hit this wrench and let it go do its thing. And you see this automatically pops up with investigate the source of the error, add it to the task, and fix it.
And what did you do to get that again?
I just opened that up down here and then scroll down to the red.
Oh.
If I hadn't opened it up, I wouldn't have seen it, but I knew to go look for it because we had a failure. We had a failure to create the experience. We had that when we first started. So something it did, and by what I've just read, it says I've corrected the typo. So it made a typo. Isn't that funny when computers make typos?
So do you get errors like this all the time when you're making software?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. How does the old type of coders, how do they deal with that? My God. I want to put a gun to your head trying to fix all these bugs manually, right? Well, they probably had tools, but nothing like AI.
Okay, so it says, please try creating a giveaway one last time. I'm confident it will work as expected. Now that's funny when it says it, because I could have 20 more times to say, I'm sure this is the one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to click create new.
Can you rename the experience after it's done to something else?
No, I don't think so.
So the end user would see this here.
Okay, see it had that error again.
Yeah.
Going to come down here and have a look. I don't know if that's exactly the same, but I'm just going to hit the wrench.
In the log file.
Yeah, it copies it all over.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, it is. And here's the thing. Okay, so yes, I'm paying a lot less than what the retail currently is, right?
Yeah.
But even if you were paying the retail, right? The retail is 700 a month.
Right.
It's like you have a software engineer sitting next to you.
Yeah, I know.
Who's solving all these problems.
Let me ask you a question. You're using Gemini 1.5, 1.5.
2.5.
If you're using a
Claude?
different Claude, would you be getting these same errors, or?
Claude has a tendency to get, I would say Claude has a tendency to get less errors, and ChatGPT 5 gets more errors. It takes more of an effort to solve the problem with 5 than it does Gemini. What I used to do is I would go back and forth between Gemini and Claude, because sometimes the AI will give up. and it will write a support ticket for me to pass to support.
Oh,
But I don't want to wait, right?
yeah.
So what I would do is I would change the AI. I would pick another one, and I'd say try again.
So do you always, when your credits reset, you always start out and change the model to Claude, or you just leave it at for the first?
Well,
amount
this is a new development.
Okay.
This is a new rule they've imposed upon me.
So are you going to change it, or are you just going to leave it?
I will probably run Gemini until I feel like I really need Claude. Does that make sense?
So you could switch models in the middle of something like this?
I have many times.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it says I've applied the fix to correctly type the object. This should resolve the error. Let's see. And what's cool about this is because the error is happening there, it's real easy to see right away that you've got the error. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to do 15 steps to get there. And here we are with this.
So what are you just going to, is it the same error?
It looks like it probably is.
So if you keep it over and over, doing it over and over,
it will find the answer. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and this is a pro tip. This is why you're here, right? See this little button up here?
Yeah.
This will start a new thread. If this gets too long, at some point, it will ask me to start a new thread. Okay. But I'm just going to go ahead and start a new thread because I find that the time I get asked to start a new thread the most is when I'm using this, because sometimes it's a really long list of messages that it's loading in.
So it's looking at your current chats as it's working on it, right? I guess it's that thread.
It'll read the logs anytime it feels the need to. That's logs down there, right? It'll read them anytime it feels it needs to. See, I didn't have to explain everything again because it was in a task. That's the other thing. If you put everything you're working on in tasks, if you say create a task for it, and then you go to a new empty window, it sees what task you're on, right? If you go to a new empty window and you don't do that, then you have to tell it where you are.
So these tasks, when you're satisfied with it, then you end the task, I guess.
Complete the task, yes.
Okay.
And it asks me all the time, would you like to complete this? Would you like to close this task, right? And sometimes I'll say, well, why would I do that? You're still not working.
So if you in the middle of a task and you have to leave or something,
it'll be here waiting when I get back.
It'll pick it up right from that point.
A lot of times what I do when it's doing this kind of work is I'll tell it to do something, and then I'll go clean my fish tanks or do my laundry.
And it'll be waiting for you when you get back.
Yeah, it'll be ready for the next step, which is usually wanting me to test something, right?
Yeah.
And that's okay, because I'm not stuck here continuously while I'm waiting on it to code. Sometimes doing things take a long time. Yeah. But also, if I sit here too long at my desk, I'll have a tendency to fall asleep. And then I wake up with this big head giving me a crick in my neck, right? So that's one of the things that I use my outsourced workers for is I'll say, do this.
So you'll turn the task over to them in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Really?
The only reason I haven't turned this over to them is because, like I said, I had them working on other things.
Okay.
Other programs.
And they all have working with data button themselves?
Yes. Yeah. So what I do is I have them remote in to computers I have set up here.
I see.
Data button said something about connections coming from all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, now their connections only come from
Like you're reselling it or something.
right. Well, there's a thought, right? Okay, great. The test comment was successfully added. This confirms that I can now modify the file. I will now reread, blah, blah, blah. So you see how it's just kept working on this, right?
Yeah. Wow. Coders are they're basically being replaced by AI, aren't they?
If you are a basic coder, your job's in danger, right?
Yeah.
Um, what you're better off being is more of an architect, being able to see how the pieces should go together. What's a best practice? This is like, have you ever been involved in photography?
No.
Well, when the automatic SLR cameras came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine who was a professional photographer, he said, I hate these things because any idiot can take a decent picture and have no idea what they just did. That's a little bit like what this is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it rewrote an API or wants to rewrite an API. So it wants me to delete this file. So I'm going to click the button to delete the file. And then it's going to,
Button.
there was a delete button there.
Right. I was making a joke. You click the data button.
Okay.
Stupid joke. Never mind.
It's all right. See all this stuff in the log down here? Now I completely ignored it.
I've been ignoring it.
I
didn't even know it
completely
was there
ignored it
till you pointed it out.
until this says it's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the next thing to do is to come over and you see this broom here looks like a paintbrush.
Oh,
I'll clear the log out so that if I have to send over, like if I were to hit that wrench right now, it would send a big long list of stuff over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that may interfere with, how big your context window is, how many tokens it can take and process at a time. You see what I mean?
Yep.
So, okay, it cleared the log out itself. Now it's saying awaiting logs.
So this MYA 70, this is a new task or something because you cleared the other one out, or
MYA 70 was when I created a task to build the experience builder page.
oh,
Remember, I sent that picture over that said we don't really have an experience builder. We've just got this page.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's when it created this 70.
So it's good at understanding what you communicate. You ever get an instance where you type something in and doesn't
And have it misunderstand?
Yeah.
Yes, and I've come back and told it, and it apologizes profusely and then goes back and
then
fixes
understands.
it. Yeah. All right. So see, this wants me to mark this as done, but I'm not going to do that until I test it.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't want to build your house on the sand of the beach, right?
Sure.
So I want to keep it as solid as possible. Sometimes I'll go through and I'll test each one of these one at a time before I move to the next piece. Okay, so here we error again.
Hmm. So one thing can break another thing?
That happens too.
Hmm.
That happened here.
Can
We weren't
it
having any trouble creating the experience before, remember?
yeah.
But when we put the piece in to allow us to build what that experience meant, it became a different animal.
How did you land on data button? I'd never even heard of it before.
I had bought an unlimited account on Flat Logic, right? But their gimmick was they were great at creating what's called a CRUD: create, read, update, delete.
Uh-huh.
And so they would create a CRUD very well. And then they would come along and say, we can finish your application for you for, $35,000,
Ah,
or or
wow.
you or you had to code it, right?
Hmm.
They didn't have quite the AI capability that these others had. Then I went to Replit, and the reason I moved off of Replit was I was afraid of the charges. Um, it wasn't so easy to tell how much it was going to cost me for them to host it, because they had all sorts of different things that figured into it, right? So it
Hmm.
wasn't just cost to development, it was cost to the hosting. And I'm not saying that, there aren't variable factors here, but I think they're easier for me to see. And so I tried Data Button, and I liked the interactive way that Data Button was working, but I didn't like that piece where I burned the 300 credits. So it was right after that, right after I had taken that subscription, that they come along and boom, um, had the Black Friday special. And here's what breaks my heart. Get ready for this. If I had had the money, I could have got a year of unlimited for 3,000.
Instead of 400 a month,
Right.
which is
Yep.
4,800, right? Wow.
Right.
Now, will that renew every? Does that continuously renew every month? The 400
Yes.
for perpetuity.
Yes. But I would have rather in perpetuity been renewing at 3,000 a year.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, maybe next when it comes up. Oh, you can't get it now. Okay, you're stuck with it. But you're not
Okay.
really stuck.
It
But
created the new experience. Okay.
uh-huh.
So that piece is done. So
So
now I'm
when
going to go
we're
look at what does it take to actually build this now.
hmm,
And where was I? I think I called this Ron's
Ron's
giveaway.
giveaway.
Is there another page I need to go to? I'm going to refresh the
Refresh.
page and see if it shows up.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we have a different issue where it's telling me, oh, it's created, but it's not here. There it is. I
Ah,
had to
okay.
refresh. Okay.
Uh,
Now, all right. Let me tell you that on each of these, we have some extensive analytics. Okay. And once you've created this, you can clone it into something else.
hmm.
So if you wanted to change the name, that would be the way to do it. I'm going to go in here
Bob's
to edit
giveaway.
this.
Echo, what's
Okay.
my
So
notifications?
so while we have achieved the first part of this,
My shipment will arrive today. Sorry, Amazon was speaking. Go ahead.
that's all right. That happens when I'm talking to Eddie.
Oh, he's got a in the background.
Yeah, and it'll start talking, because we'll use some word that kicks it
It
off.
triggers it, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to come down here.
Uh-oh.
What's the uh-oh?
Is it not showing what it's supposed to show?
Yeah, I'm not getting the builder, right?
That's what I meant.
So I said I'm still only seeing this once the experience is created. Yeah, it went through it and created the code, but it doesn't appear to be hooked up. I see the API logs, which confirm the back end is working correctly. However, the error we're debugging is on the front end. I see the log I added. You'll need to open the browser's developer console. Here's how you can do it, blah, blah, blah. Inspect from the context menu. A new panel will open. Click on the console tab at the top of the panel. Now try creating a new experience again. Look for the line in the console that starts with create experience response. Share a screenshot of what you see. Well, okay. This is what it's basically asking me.
Is there a screenshot button on this thing or not?
No. Well, there's the one we use for Windows, right?
It seems like they'd have one that would.
They have this. They have a camera thing here that I never use. I don't know where it is at the moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's see, what did they want? They want the inspect. Right click anywhere in the app preview area. Select inspect. Click on the console at the top of the panel.
It's giving you the underlying code of the page, I guess. JavaScript and all that.
Sometimes, a lot of times, when you're troubleshooting a problem and it's not getting it,
Yeah.
pulling the information out of the browser like that, I'll use F12, and pulling the information out of the browser and sending it solves the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It says, please share a screenshot of what you see in the browser console. Look at this. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I needed.
So they're thinking it's the code on the page itself causing the problem.
Yeah. The fix is to change this line.
Jeez.
This will correctly read the data from the response body and parse it as JSON. So it's applying the fix. No, I don't want to mark it. I want to test it. Let me show you something just real quick. See where this says integrations?
Yep.
So you can turn them on and off.
Oh, I see.
Google Sheets, MailChimp, HubSpot.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just ones it chose. I could tell it to add more integrations, and it would do all the code behind it. I'm going to get rid of all these error messages down here. Okay. Create new.
The Joe Rogan Experience. Did it?
New experience created.
So it's working.
Well, we were creating an experience before. Let's see where it goes after this. Does it take us to a page where we're going to build something?
Ah. Oh, geez. No query client set. Use query client provider set one.
Do you remember when you first got into IM, you're building websites, you make a change on Google and you wait 8 weeks to see if it had the desired effect?
Yep.
And they had a thing back then, you could type 4 W's, www.google.com, and you could see what the future results were going to look like. That was the preview, right? And then they came out with the caffeine updates, which of course made everything much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Point being, even today, when we optimize a page, we're annoyed at how long we've got to wait to see any kind of results out of it.
Yeah, it's got to crawl the page again.
Yeah, but it doesn't take 8 weeks. It's usually done within a matter of days, right?
Depends on the page rank of the page. The higher the page rank, the faster it'll crawl it. But
right, and how often the site normally gets updated makes a difference too.
yes, the industry, like news sites, get updated a lot more often than like
Right.
a local business site would be.
Right? Yeah, new sites get pulled if they're anything significant, they're getting pulled every 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But the point being is that I know how painful it was writing code.
Yeah.
And so when I come across this and I say, yeah, but what does it mean? Because this is so much better than what we had it. It may never be fast enough. Because no matter how much they give us, we're always going to want more, just like a damn woman.
Is there an AI HTML editor?
Yes.
There is.
Yeah. In fact, there's one that you can operate it through an API and provide it to your customers that way. Okay, check this out. Here's your giveaway builder.
Oh, finally. All right.
Win a lifetime supply of coffee. Tell your audience what they can win and why they should enter, and what the price is. Save changes.
Yeah, actually, Justin Brook, I got one of his courses, and he basically shows his idea is to build a huge email list by using a high value giveaway and actually give it away, and then use that list to set, to monetize from that point on. Okay. Like give away a $2,500 iPad or something, and he suggests certain giveaway type software sites that to set it up, So this is something you can do on your own.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I just told it to view the entries for the giveaway,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a page not found.
Okay. Oh, I missed it.
So, well, I'll show it to you.
I think I'm going to make a cup of coffee here in a minute so I can stay awake. So it's 3 a.m. there where you're at?
2:30.
So are you work America's hours all the time, or?
It always varies. Other things I don't want to say. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. We're coming up on 90 minutes. I'm going to continue, but I'm going to stop the recording because people don't want to watch a recording.
Watch error corrections. Too many error corrections.
And I don't want to have to be careful about what I say.
Yeah.